First, I'd like to ask Miss Elizabeth Howell and Miss Rebecca Street to come forward. If you would stand right up here for us. Just tell you a little bit about why we're recognizing them. More than 9,600 of America's best and brightest high school students traveled to Southern California to establish their own legacy of leadership as they competed in FBLA Nationals. Qualifying from Brantley County were Elizabeth Howell and Rebecca Street. Participants from across the U.S. and abroad attended this exciting conference and joined these ladies in enhancing their business skills, expanding their networking, and participating in more than 70 business and business-related competitive events. We want to congratulate these ladies, their families, and their advisor, Ms. Lauren Whitaker, on their competition qualification and on helping them earn the FBLA Award of Excellence Gold Seal Chapter Award given to Brantley County High School FBLA organization. We are very, very proud of them. And before I sit down, we also had a group of students that we want to recognize who were not able to be with us tonight because of other school activities, but we want to brag also about our 3 Brantley County Middle School hostess students who competed at the Summer International Leadership Conference in Orlando. This conference had nearly 11,000 6th through 12th graders from around the world coming together to compete. Miss Sydney Middleton with her Healthy Lifestyles event, as well as the team of Kaylee Blocker and Audrey Jacobs in health education, all claimed 3rd place overall out of all the students competing at the middle school level at this competition. So we are extremely proud of them, and we want to give our congratulations also to Mr. Tyler Page, their HOSA advisor from BCMS, and those ladies and their families. Okay, we have one more. Definitely not least, we have a friend to our school system who actually saved the life of one of our employees on the first day of school. Mr. Martin, who is a Brantley County resident, chief of the Nahunta Volunteer Fire Department, and a very responder, is employed with Okefenokee RESA and is frequently in the schools working on our copiers. See Mr. Marty Lee in the schools? Not just because he has a really friendly personality, but also because it means our copier is going to get fixed. We are especially thankful that he was at Atkinson Elementary School on August 7th when Miss Melissa Strickland began to choke. After several failed attempts of trying to get the food up herself, Melissa realized she needed to get in the presence of another adult. She remembered that Marty was working in a nearby room on the copier. Melissa went up to Marty, and by this point she could not speak, was having difficulty breathing, and was actually on the verge of passing out. Marty asked Melissa if she was choking and if she needed help. He then performed the Heimlich maneuver several times as another adult called 911. Marty was able to successfully dislodge the food, and Melissa, although very shaken up, quickly recovered and 911 was called off. We are so thankful to Marty Lee and his quick response with first aid skills that saved Melissa Strickland's life. So Marty, if you'll come on up, and Miss Melissa Strickland, let's get a picture of you guys together, please.
Get out front. Get out front. We're going to need that.
And that concludes my superintendent's update.
There's one other tradition every year, the first week of school that I got to experience this week was candy sales. And it's really smart neighbor from my office, his mama worked, but he come in with 2 boxes of candy and he didn't want it to melt, so he had it in freezer bags with ice cubes. And he come in there one day, I want to buy some candy, and I said, what you got? And anyway, he said, I got mints, and I got a mint chocolate, and I got Swiss chocolate. And I bartered with him a little bit, and anyway, I paid him $2 and said, I'll take a box of the Swiss. He made the sale, took his money, and as I was turning around, he said, I opened it and ate me one to make sure how it tasted. That's something we teach him. But if a man ain't willing to eat his own product, well,
Sounds like a good salesman.
This time, is there any public participation? Hearing none, we'll move right along. Approval of agenda. Any additions to the agenda? If not, need a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Mr. Davis?
yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Disposition of the minutes on page 3 in your workbook. Need a motion to accept the minutes as presented,
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
and second.
I'll second.
Any other discussion on the minutes? Hearing none. Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Monthly financial reports on page 18 in your book. Need a motion to approve the
I'll make a
financial.
motion.
And a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion about the financial reports? Hearing none. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. School financial reports on page 28. Need a motion to approve the school financial reports.
Motion to approve.
A second.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the school financial reports?
Please go back and tell y'all's bookkeepers they do an amazing job.
Hearing none. Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. SPLOST revenue report on page 100. Get somebody to read that, please.
We had a local SPLOST of $98,432.55. In addition of tag and car sales, $34,108.44 for a total of $132,540.99. That is wonderful local. I hope everybody was buying their local school supplies. We've got a lot of boutiques open now, if you'll support those.
Okay, that doesn't require a vote. Now for the action items.
Yes, sir. Action item number 10, Brantley County High School sign. I recommend to approve the bid of $6,119 from Douglas Sign Company for the cabinet portion of the sign at Brantley County High School.
Here's Superintendent
I'll make a
Cook.
motion.
And a second?
I'll second. Go ahead, Teresa. You may have it.
You got it, Brenda.
Don't argue.
Any discussion? Between the two bids, the one we're taking is less than half of the other.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Very proud of that fine.
I wish we could have had it up before the beginning of
Yeah.
school, but it's going to be nice.
Yeah, we're trying hard.
It looks
It's
a lot
going to be
better.
nice.
Looks a lot better. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 11, the Brantley County High School breaker. I recommend to approve the bid of $5,650 from City Electric Supply Company for a breaker for Brantley County High School.
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item number 12, small wares for school nutrition program. I recommend to approve the bid of $3,617.06 from Mobile Fixtures to purchase small wares for the school nutrition program.
Here's the superintendent's recommendation. Could I get a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 13, a memorandum of understanding. I recommend to approve the memorandum of understanding between the Brantley County Board of Health and Brantley County Board of Education as presented.
Here's the superintendent's recommendation. Could I get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 14, I recommend to approve the upgrade of our school bus radios lease. The company that will provide the services is Hasties Communications East, and the plan is presented.
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Thank you for the detailed info. Hearing no other discussion, Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 15, engine replacement for buses 614 and 76. I recommend to approve the engine replacements for buses 614 and 76. The bid for the engines from Tom Neal Company is $16,704 each, and the bid of $1,925 each from All Britain Equipment Repair for labor. The total cost after a core credit amount of $8,800 is applied will be $28,458.
Here's the
I'll make a
superintendent.
motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
What is the turnaround time on when he's putting these engines in?
Actually, once he gets all these parts, it's only about 3 days.
3 days?
For,
That's about the quickest you can get it done anywhere? Okay.
it takes about 5, once I get Tom Mill to go to order the engine, it normally takes about 5 to 8 business days to have the engine.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 16, I recommend to approve the bid of $4,186 for Adobe renewal as presented.
Here's the superintendent's recommendation. Could I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 17, crushed asphalt. I recommend to approve the purchase of crushed asphalt for the maintenance and transportation departments, the cost not to exceed $10,000.
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Action item 18, soft drink supplier bid proposal. I recommend to approve Coca-Cola as the soft drink supplier for Brantley County Schools as presented.
Here's the superintendent.
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Coke just did offer this more.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. More
But
scoreboards
this time-
and more money.
Yeah.
All right. Any
Over
other,
the years, Coke has donated a lot to Brantley County.
Yes, sir, they have.
any other discussion?
Drink Coke.
That's right. None of y'all. Not one of them.
Hearing any others? Ms. Brenda?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Do we need an executive session for personnel?
No, sir.
All right.
I'd like to recommend the following resignation. Hawk Carter, custodian at Brantley County High School.
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Well, no, we don't. Mr. David?
Yes.
Ms. Brenda?
No.
Mr. Carey?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
I'd like to make the following recommendations for hire. Mr. Raymond Baum, bus driver. Miss Amanda Cothran, paraprofessional at Waynesville Primary School. Mr. Reed Carter, part-time facilities director, and Miss Terry Gibson, part-time pre-K director.
Here's
I'll
a,
make a motion.
and a second.
Second.
Ms. Brenda,
Yes.
Mr. David,
Yes.
Ms. Teresa,
Yes.
Mr. Carey.
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
I'd like to make the following athletic recommendations. Mr. Michael Batten, cross-country assistant, and Mr. Joe Allen, varsity head cross-country coach.
I'll make a motion.
And a second.
Second.
Ms. Teresa,
Yes.
Mr. Carey,
Yes.
Ms. Brenda,
Yes.
Mr. David,
Yes.
chair votes yes. Any other business?
So,
Get a motion to adjourn?
I did hear this week before you adjourn on, I give
Okay.
a shout out to, I didn't make it to the dinner, but I've heard several people highly brag on y'all's motivational speaker.
yes, he did a fabulous
And
job.
the whole dinner, but they was very complimentary of, and I think he was a last minute stand-in, right?
Yes, sir.
It's Coach Cannon too it was, if anybody didn't know, but just
He did a fabulous job.
appreciate, like to hear good things when people come to you saying something good instead of talking bad about me. Better.
We have a motion and a second.
Not to adjourn yet,
Not yet. Not.
I'll make a
because he
motion.
wanted to speak.
And a second?
Second.
Mr. David,
Yep.
Ms. Brenda.
Yes.
Mr. Carey.
Yes.
Mr. Teresa.
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Thank you for coming.